This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. We've got a very special show for you today. We're taking a look at some of our funniest and most memorable moments from the past year. So up first was a conversation we had about National Compliment Day. Yes, it's actually a thing, and we did our best to compliment one another. Take a look. Today is National Compliment Day. We call each other out on the show a lot. We've got some friendly rivalries, but compliments are shown to boost confidence and make you happier. So we get to ad-lib some compliments here.
Oh, just compliment each other right now?
Yeah, okay, let's start with Tori. You should compliment Jeff, because you two go at it a lot. And then Jeff should compliment you.
I'm fine with that. Sorry. You, in Buddhism, they say the person that annoys you the most is your guru. They shine a spotlight on what you're missing and not working on, and that is you.
That's nice.
So you're my guru.
Or I'm just honest.
True.
Oh.
What? I'm honest. What?
Because you say some things to her, your turn to compliment her.
I'm ready.
Oh, boy.
Why do I feel like I'm in the middle? This is so awkward.
Loving every moment.
You know what? Here's a compliment for you. I could go deeper with you, digging wise, like when we play off each other and dig. I could go deeper with you than anybody else on this show.
I'll take that. That's
Yeah.
lovely.
That's lovely.
Because we could go, we could
Campfire it all the way in.
But some other people might get a little sideways.
Me? I do get emotional, but I've worked on that.
I think you've been great.
I've worked on that. I can get very emotional.
It's the Buddha speaking.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your honesty. I really do. And I am somebody that wears my heart on her sleeve.
That's wonderful.
And let me
though.
tell you, in the beginning of my pregnancy, I was very raw. I felt like an injured animal in a corner. So if you were a victim of that, I apologize. But I've definitely worked on that. I hope you've noticed that.
Yeah. That sounded a little backhanded.
No, I wasn't.
It totally wasn't.
That was so sincere.
It really was. I really think so,
That
too.
was so sincere.
With your arms crossed saying,
Oh, no.
I was a wounded animal.
Oh, just pregnant. No, I have to lean back because my back
Listen,
hurts.
will you stop?
I'm sorry.
No, I swear, listen to me, please.
You should see before the show,
How did you take away a
as soon as we
sincere
sit down,
moment of me?
Tori has posters in her
my-
locker of Sam. It's
How did you take away that sincere moment? I had to lean back because my back really does hurt. I'm 33 weeks pregnant. Jeez, man, I really was sincere.
Now I'm a pregnant woman hater.
Oh my God.
Dude, I stepped in that bear trap.
I think that went
you
well.
did.
I think when the producer made that segment, they're like, maybe they'll attack each other, and that's exactly what happened.
The producers got to be home when Tori and Sam are on the same show and I'm on the panel. They got to be like, let's get something feisty going.
Let's give Jeff a survey or something with like toxic masculinity.
And then when
in
you
the
guys
title.
do the fake laugh, it gets me boiling.
Yeah.
Boiling.
What do you- Okay, your turn.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever had a horrible, I can't read, I got no prompter over there, so I'm going to go to this camera. Have you ever had a horrible, rotten, no good date?
Ooh.
Oh, well, check out this moment when we covered one woman's very bad date and had some worst date scenarios of our own. Let's watch.
Talk about a worst first date ever. Okay, so let me paint the picture for you. Are you ready for this? A woman met a man on a dating app. She then goes to pick him up. After driving for a bit, he asks her, pull over. I need to go to this bank. After leaving her alone for a few minutes in her car, he comes running out of the bank, sweating, with sunglasses, a hat, a gun, and $1,000 in cash, according to the woman. He then tells her, floor it, essentially making her the getaway driver in his bank heist. Well, the woman said she obeyed at first, but after seeing the police siren, she pulled over, exited the car. He got 5 years. She got a good story and a hard lesson on online dating, Erica.
Yeah, I think this woman follows me on Instagram.
What?
No. The reason why I'm saying this, so I did this little contest thing on my Instagram asking for a comeback from Valentine's Day because I have this like Valentine's Day horror story. And it was really funny to me, like my story about how I got dissed on Valentine's Day. And I expected everybody else's to be funny too, but they all kind of were resembling that
What?
story. Like, nightmare. It's like life-changing thing. So I'm like, that's the reason why 62% of people hate Valentine's Day, because it's like apparently destroying people's lives. I'm reading some of these stories. It's crazy. You got to read these stories.
Are we going to sit here, Sam, are we going to sit here and act like this woman wasn't slightly turned on by this dude?
What?
Do you know the adrenaline rush she must have got? Of all the boring Tinder dates she was
kinda
on,
get that.
when he gets in the car with $1,000 saying Floyd, you know she's like, oh my
get
God.
that.
And a gun.
Whatever. She took
And
off,
a
didn't
gun.
she? Did she get
Well,
out the car,
yeah, if
Erica?
somebody got in the car,
Did
got
she
in
get
my
out the
car with a
car?
gun and told me to do
I
something,
guarantee
I'd
you got a
likely
second date as
just
soon as he
do
gets
it.
out.
What?
Stand by it.
You're so right. I agree with you.
Thank you, Sam.
Yep.
No one wants to talk about that. People are attracted to bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
They
Al
are.
always sees like the sexual side of
But he's
stories.
right.
I know, but then
He
I don't
does.
see
It's more
sometimes.
of a weird human thing. I mean, look at somebody, you know, we've talked about Tommy Lee this year. Like these kind of bad boy guys, women are just attracted to that. People. I wouldn't even just say women. It's something
And
dangerous.
By him being like, Flory, I once had a guy on a date tell me, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Let me tell you, it was a turn on.
All right.
Now he'd be arrested. Very cool.
Yes, I think he should still
But
be
I
arrested.
knew he was a good guy. I knew he wasn't being
Yeah.
mean or anything.
How come people
I
can't
appreciate
differentiate on social media?
Yeah, social media
Yeah.
is different.
No context.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up on DBL, the powerful story of a unique choir that captivated the hearts of Americans, and America's Got Talent. Don't miss it. Plus, it was the case that started all the origin of the Amber Alert on this special encore edition of True Crime Chronicles. Hey everyone, I'm Sam Shocker. The way I would describe myself as a host of DBL, well, my co-hosts call me like the mom, so I guess I'm kind of like the team mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Sam.
Oh, Mama Bear. Being a working mother is something that's very near and dear to my heart. I have such respect to all mothers out there, and that I love animals. I will advocate for animals till the day I die. The connection that we have built with the viewer, you feel like family. You share things that you are going through with us, and I felt comfortable sharing a really dark time in my life with you. I'm going through it.
I know.
I'm proud that we are inclusive. I'm proud that we have conversations about social injustices. Yes, we always have fun on this show, but at the end of the day, I feel like that we're making a difference. We really do provide a voice for the voiceless, and I'm so grateful for that. Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Erica had the honor of sharing the story of a choir made up of people experiencing homelessness. They ended up going straight to the finals of America's Got Talent. Check out this encore DBL Spotlight.
I've met people who were having to fight for their life. I wanted to help.
We're so excited to have you. Steph, I want to start with you. First, I want to know, how did you form the Voices of Our City?
I started the choir about 4 years ago with a friend of mine, Nina Deering. I grew up in San Diego, and I noticed so many people living unsheltered on the street. And I took my guitar and food and just started to cruise around and meet people. We bonded as artists. You know, I think people at first were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Steph. I play music." And so we met as artists.
That's just being resourceful, and that's a shining example of that. So Dee Dee, I want to ask you how being a part of Voices of Our City has affected your life personally.
As a senior, having gone through being homeless actually for 7 years, and 2 years prior to being introduced to the choir is really my family.
Amazing grace, how sweet.
You know, Dee Dee, I really appreciate you being so generous with your testimony, because I know that will resonate with so many others. And you guys have not only made a difference, it has catapulted you into the spotlight. So describe the moment that you received the golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. What was going through your minds?
First of all, when we started the choir, we had no intention of going out and performing live. It was just a safe place to make music. And we walked out, and the audience was like overwhelmingly supportive. It's so special. So, and plus that was an original song written by the choir, Sounds of the Sidewalk. It was so moving, it was so important, and for us to finish the song, Simon Cowell stands up, everyone's giving us a standing ovation. I look at the choir, it always chokes me up, they're so pumped. And then, you know, Terry Crews to walk out and slam the golden buzzer. It changed everything.
So how can we support Voices of Our City, and how do we hear more music from the choir?
In the cold mirror of a glass, I see my reflection.
Well, you can go to voicesofourcity.org. Please check out all the things that we're doing. You can visit our donate page and support us. Every dollar helps us.
Well, Steph and Dee Dee, our DBL Nation is behind you. We are giving you standing ovations from our couches. So thank you so much for sharing your voices with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Have you ever wondered who was the Amber from the Amber Alerts that you sometimes get on your mobile phone? Well, here's the origin of that story in this encore edition of True Crime Chronicles.
You see it pop up on your phone. You hear the noise. A few seconds of panic. It's an Amber Alert, warning you of an abducted child in your area. A crucial tool used today that wouldn't be here without a little girl named Amber.
Amber was this little 9-year-old girl from Arlington, Texas, and she was a beautiful girl.
A young girl whose tragic story dates back to 1996. It was January 13th. Amber and her younger brother Ricky went for a bike ride. Amber wanted to stay out longer, so Ricky went home.
Her mom's like, where's Amber? It's like, oh, I left her over there still riding near this grocery store parking lot. And so the mom said, go get her.
Ricky rushed back to find his sister's bicycle, but not her.
Arlington 911, what are you reporting? Yeah, I saw a black pickup, and he grabbed a little girl and he took off toward town with her. And she hollered.
Amber was abducted.
I just went crazy then. I just started going towards where my father said she was abducted at, screaming her name. Thought maybe for sure she would answer me. But there was never no answer. There was nothing.
Officer Jesse Minton with Arlington PD remembers that night vividly.
That night, we had some information to be on the lookout for a black pickup truck. So officers were following every black pickup truck that moved in the city.
I was telling the police, you gotta find my little girl and you gotta do it now.
We interrupt this program to bring you the following News 8 special report.
We had been so close to the family that we were allowed in to the apartment as they're waiting for word. So we have video of them sitting on the couch.
The body was Amber.
And when they finally told me it was her, of course I didn't believe it.
Autopsy reports revealed Amber had been alive for up to 48 hours before she was killed.
They didn't want me to see her the way she was because she was damaged so much. Her body was cut so much and she just didn't look like Amber.
A thunderstorm washed away much of the forensic evidence on Amber's body.
There were no fingerprints left.
Police worked tirelessly, but over time, no one was caught.
I'm terrified to let my children outside.
It wasn't so easy to get information to the public other than the newspaper or TV, which sometimes took hours.
Now you have to remember back then, there's no Facebook, MySpace doesn't happen until 2003. Cell phones are a very expensive item that is normally mounted in your car.
Police knew they needed another outlet, but what?
A woman had called Arlington PD right after Amber's death, and she says, why didn't we know more details? So that prompted everyone to get together, and radio broadcasters came up with the Amber Alert.
There's been over 900 kids that have been found and safely brought back home due to this system. A lot of people don't know there's actually a mnemonic that goes with Amber, America's Missing Emergency Broadcast Response.
Police used the vehicle description or a license plate to alert the public. It sounds small, but the impact is huge. Reading that text can save a life, but Amber's parents knew they could do more.
I'd also like to say, again, a special word of thanks to Richard Hagerman and Donna Whitson.
They helped sign a bill into law that tracks national sex offenders.
When this man took my daughter, he took my dreams, my best friend. I would never, ever want another mother to have to go through what I had gone through, or another child be taken away.
Almost 25 years later, Amber's case is still open.
And I think that this happened because a stranger, a sexual predator, snatched this little girl off the streets of Arlington, off her little bike, and murdered her, and there was evidence of sex assault.
Police continue to follow tips and leads and know someone out there knows something that can help bring justice and end the pain for Amber's family.
Earlier, Eric and I spoke with Amber's mother, Donna Norris. She's sharing with us what these past 24 years have been like for her. Take a look. We have Donna Norris, Amber Hagerman's mother, here with us. Donna, thank you so much for coming on DBL. I can't even imagine what you must be going through now and what these past couple of decades have been like for you. So, Donna, this January marks 25 years since Amber's death. What have the past few decades been like for you?
They've been hard. I just really, really want justice for Amber, the horrible things that she went through and our family's gone through and we're still going through.
Donna, Amber's case is still open and it's been hard to crack because there's little DNA to work with. So what do you think it'll take to close this case or just find closure?
Someone's seen something, because when Amber was abducted, she was screaming bloody murder. She was screaming and doing everything that I have taught her when something bad does happen, to scream, to let people know that something's going wrong. And someone besides that elderly man heard her scream. Someone else did hear it. So for her case to be solved, I think someone has to talk.
I can't even get my words out. I just can't imagine. Donna, Amber's legacy lives on through Amber Alerts. She is helping save missing children everywhere. So as of this May, 988 children have been saved to date with this program. How does it make you feel seeing that huge impact?
It makes me feel wonderful, knowing that we have the Amber Alert, which is a great tool against child molesters, child abductors.
You are so incredibly strong, and I'm absolute inspiration. You've gone through so much, and then you went on to be a huge advocate for child safety. You helped sign a child protection bill into law with President George Bush, and even helped create the National Sex Offender Registry list. Why is this so important to you?
I just cannot fathom another child to go through what my child went through. And if I could do anything to stop that, I will.
A lot of people will hear an Amber Alert or it'll go off on their phone and they may not think about the totality of what is happening in that moment. Can you speak to people who may be completely numb by the idea of this is just another alert on their phone as to what it's like for you to hear the Amber Alert?
Just knowing if you hear the Amber Alert, just think of that child. If that child could be tortured, raped, brutally murdered like my little girl, and just think about that. And if you could just help in just some little way and look around where you're at, and it would help a whole lot. And it will save a child's life.
I want to thank you for your selflessness, your strength, your advocacy, because you are directly saving lives. So thank you for coming on DBL. Thank you for having the courage to talk about this. To learn more, DBL Nation, about Amber's story and Amber Alerts, please visit the link below, amberalert.ojp.gov. Thank you, Donna.
Interesting story. We'll be right back.
My hair is 100% authentically me, and so are my opinions. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and that's where my career started. My role on the panel is the voice of reason. if sometimes you want to be questionably unreasonable.
It's part of growing up.
Get him, girl.
And this is part of it.
Growing up, Al, is part of growing up. It's super disrespectful. Revealing my natural hair on live TV was one of the most liberating things I've ever done. Let me tell you, I would have been in the salon a long time ago if I knew it got a standing ovation. And as a result, I know that that's affected a lot of other women who want to be their most authentic self, and I carry that with me every day. DBL is unapologetic. DBL is organic. DBL is fearless. DBL is you.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, and we have a lot of people writing in about the Amber Alert story. Jennifer on Facebook writes, "What a heartbreaking story. She was just a baby. Monsters are real, and it's horrible they never found him. The alert system has helped so many, but it's sad that this is where it came from." Linda on YouTube writes, "One thing about Amber Alerts, they need to send a picture of the kids out to phones so we know what they look like. It would help more to find them." Wow. Yeah, hearing that story all over again, it absolutely shatters you as a parent. You can't imagine anything happen to your child, let alone something so monstrous. My heart breaks for that mother. You can tell that she has yet to really recover, and I don't think she ever will. I never would.
Yeah, you know what? I did not know. I did not put two and two together that Amber Alert was somebody's daughter, right? I didn't put that together until we did that story, so you learn something new every day. But when we do get those messages on our phone, I'm always like, what happened to that? I wish they would have a follow-up, maybe an email or put it on the news. I'm sure they do, but that everyone knows we found that child.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
That's a good point.
Give me some kind of settle, because every time I get one of those, I'm like, what happened to all those? Did they find them?
I know.
What happened?
I wonder if the Amber Alert should be a good jumping off point for how we handle this, but I feel like we all know and see something. And if we could find a way to harness that, where like we could kind of track this down like they were in this neighborhood, I think that would help. Like,
great idea.
This is a start, but there's more.
Yeah, you could save even more kids. If you're sticking around, there's more DBL after the break. If not, we'll see you again real soon. Have a great one.